Hello and welcome to Kump. Crazy day, crazy few days.
Big week.
Big week. When was it? Was it Friday? Was Friday the day that both my nemesis and my hero died in the same day?
Which one's your nemesis and which one's your hero?
Well, Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh? Nemesis. DMX, hero. I think. Was DMX a naughty boy? Did he do things?
No, I don't think he was. I think he struggled with drug addiction, but I don't think that's
fine.
That makes it
that's hero material. That's fine. Yeah. I want to make sure he didn't rape 11 women.
No, I don't.
Okay, good.
No,
you never know with musicians in general. Bob Dylan, I don't trust. I'm waiting for his Woody Allen moment personally, but I have no information. I just don't. That gimmick don't seem natural to me. Hello. We used to do a bit called Pedophile Bob Dylan.
Yes. Famously.
Yeah, famously. And so DMX is clean.
As far as I know. I mean, it's
So he's dead.
I get it. You're hesitant to...
King Prince Philip, the dirty Duke of Edinburgh, he's gone. He's
done.
Just one man. Imagine they're together. Imagine they switched places. I'm going to rule the Commonwealth up in here, up in here. I'm going to say some racist shit up in here, up in here. I'm going to cheat on my young wife up in here, up in here. I won't care if my great-granddaughter takes her life up in here. That's Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Apparently. Mm-hmm. Not if you ask Piers Morgan, but everyone else.
Yeah, I would hate to be the person trying to wrangle people into not finding his death funny.
Right.
I would hate to be the person who didn't find this unambiguously funny.
That man should have lived to 120. I mean, if you watch The Crown, he did some things. He didn't understand his son Charles because he was a weak boy. It seemed the implication because Charles didn't build a fucking what did he build in that show? Charles didn't build a little fence out of stone once his parents died in the plane crash that he caused. I don't know.
He didn't want to be a military boy.
He didn't get caught up in some dentist's orgy. Prince Philip, the orgy king of Liverpool.
God rest his soul.
He didn't believe in God.
He was really. I don't think I've ever seen a person who looked so old.
He is they based Skeletor on that guy. He's like Skeletor with a sack of skin just glued onto him. He just glued skin onto a skeleton, and then made him. Well, it's not clear if he was the show made him seem racist. Do we know if the show was just making that up, or like us? Do they just?
I didn't even think the show made him seem particularly racist.
Well, he went to some British
he was ignorant.
He went to some African president or king and said, "Hey, I got the same medal. Where'd you get that? You steal?" He say something like, "You steal that? Where'd you steal that from?" Oh
yeah, he did say something pretty fucked up to the guy.
Where'd you steal that Medal of Honor from?
But I wasn't sure if that was just a moment to give Queen Elizabeth the save, he's a king. It's so it shows how.
I mean, I don't give Elizabeth that much credit for being hey, don't accuse their president of stealing the Medal of Honor that we awarded him for fighting wars for us. It's the Commonwealth. Their forces fight wars on our behalf, so we don't have to lose people.
Yeah, don't piss them off.
Don't accuse him of being a thief. That's not exactly woke in my opinion. That's just common.
Yeah, that's true.
Lizzie doesn't get credit for being fucking. She's not.
That's just a reasonably self-interested level of not being racist.
She's not Harriet Tubman because she fucking told him don't call him a thief. But he's dead now, so he can't accuse any more black presidents of being thieves. You think he accused Obama of being a thief when he came to Buckingham Palace? Probably. Where'd you steal that suit from? Oh, I thought it was the medal. You just accuse black people of stealing all the time. You're a bad person.
You're a very bad person. I feel like the show didn't even make so much hate. The way I found out that Prince Philip is famously was R.I.P. famously racist was from watching British television. Like British comedies would make jokes about it.
Oh, really?
Like that British panel show we watch all the time.
Yeah.
They're always making jokes about it.
Oh, really?
It just seems like a known quantity at this
Yeah.
point. Like, it's like
there's that racist joke in the original Office that David Brent gets in trouble for it's bigger than the breadbasket or whatever. But it was Prince Philip telling the joke.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So famous racist Prince Philip is dead. My nemesis. I famously sent him a lot. You call it hate. There's a negative connotation to hate mail nowadays because of school shooters and incels. But I'm not the one sending hate mail to the girl who played Rose Tico in Star Wars: The Last Jedi, who was famously abused.
Right.
I wasn't going after Leslie Jones for her take on the Lady Ghostbuster movie. I wasn't doing that.
Sure.
I just sent Prince Philip voluminous letters urging him to jump off the Tower of London.
Man, we should read these on air sometime.
I didn't keep a copy.
Are they beautifully written?
I think so. Hey rat. Hey king of the rats. Excuse me, you're just prince of the rats, duke of the shit. And yes, beautifully written.
I agree. We don't want to overly stigmatize hate mail directed at people who have power over people.
I think you're the worst. Just a real duke of nothing. Hey, duke of nothing. Why don't you duke my dick? And yeah. And,
do you think it changed his mind?
He might have stopped. He might have refused treatment. And I might be responsible for. It's possible. He was my nemesis.
Whatever kind of medical treatment he was receiving.
Yeah.
Towards the end of his life, I feel like it needs to be classified as elder abuse.
Like he was 100 years old.
There's got to be something immoral about keeping someone alive until their skin turns into soup.
Yeah, his blood was just goopy, goopy blood. They gave him AIDS to somehow fight the old age thing.
To fight the Ebola.
At a certain point, AIDS helps you, but it doesn't look great. Unlike DMX, who was just, taking, what was it, heroin or coke? What was he doing? Fentanyl? What was he into?
Yeah, I'm sure just,
They never distinguish between uppers and downers, though, when people die. I don't mind you die of a drug abuse, but I'm just curious, uppers and downers. Can I relate to you? I don't like opiates. I tried, I got a tooth thing once, and I had some Vicodin. Wasn't my thing. Yeah. You give me a little you give me some fucking...
How does it feel? I've never actually had Vicodin.
People say it's like being in the womb. I don't like being in the womb. I don't want to be in a fucking womb. Oh,
I want to feel like I'm bursting out of the womb.
Why is Jimi Hendrix? Oh, I like being in the womb. Oh, he's a badass. But it's you just like being with your mommy. Why is that tough? It's like people who have sex a lot, and it's oh, you're tough. Oh, look, I feel good all the time. like Die Hard is a tough guy, right?
Right.
Bruce Willis in Die Hard, just running on glass with bare feet and fighting Russian ballerinas with machine guns. Tough. Why is it also this guy? People don't say you're tough if you fuck a lot, but there's this manhood thing, supposedly, this viralness, and it's oh, I like feeling good in my dick. Where's that? I want someone who doesn't. Why aren't eunuchs or people who don't fuck? I'm not trying to promote incels here. That's the problem. You ruined everything. I had a great rant about how about you don't fuck women or men and you keep your cum to yourself, but I sound like an incel. Ruined. I'm ruined, but I was born.
Well, you sound like an anti-incel.
Well, yeah, but that should be, but they've monopolized the keeping the cum to yourself.
Sure.
You know?
You've been introducing me to a lot of action
incels?
movies. To a lot of incels recently.
This is my friend Bob. He doesn't fuck. He thinks you're a tease.
And I was surprised when you started showing them to me at how
the action movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
At how scared the men are during the action movie. Because I always imagine action movies as being these like kind of like unrealistically tough men, but it's really like scared men who learn how to.
Well, there's different levels. There's the Die Hard. Like Die Hard is a seminal moment in film history, action movies, because everything after that became Die Hard Speed was Die Hard on the bus.
Right.
Other things. Every pitch was Die Hard on this, Die Hard on that. And the idea of putting an everyman, because before that, leading up to that, the 80s were full of, and they're not my favorites, so I'm not sitting there showing them to you, but there's Stallone and Cobra, that dumb movie, and there's Stallone and all sorts of other shit, and Schwarzenegger, and like Commando, and,
right?
Which is not realistic, and he's just some giant Austrian X-Men. Well, I don't want to accuse him. Whatever, he did what he did to become the best at bodybuilding. If he had to fucking do some deeds, I'm not gonna go slander the man, the former governor of Austria or California, whatever. Yeah, great man. I mean, perfect body.
Yeah.
You can't. But Bruce Willis doesn't have that kind of ability to, engage with stuff with old men, with rich old men. So he has to fight, with glass in his feet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Hitting that, right?
Glass in his feet.
I'm just saying, Schwarzenegger, you don't get that body just by fucking eating Cheetos. You know what I'm saying? We're moving on. I'm not looking to get into a fucking feud with the Schwarzenegger clan.
Doesn't he eat like 12 chicken breasts a day? I don't think.
Yeah. Well, he's also eating something else, possibly. Maybe it ain't just chicken breast. All right. At least it wasn't. Don't be naive. All right. You don't think Timothée Chalamet would love to add a few pounds of peck on? Probably wouldn't.
No.
The worst.
Yeah, I think he's branded as a
waif.
A waif, very intentionally.
Don't like the waif thing. What happened to him? I don't even care if you're a man. What happened? I mean, that Brienne of Tarth from the Game of Thrones, was Christiane, whatever, or Gwendolyn Pierce, or whatever her name. Terrible in the Star, but not her fault for the Star Wars thing. But she's good and in the last season of Game of Thrones, she's like fucking Jaime Lannister for no reason. Not her fault.
Yeah.
But I put her in an action movie. Why not?
Sure.
I don't care. I just want physically imposing people. I don't need waifs floating around. Like the fucking thing. And what's the thing in Forrest Gump? Is it a feather?
Oh yeah, the feather in the wind.
Some fucking chocolate feather in the wind. Landing some mentally questionable. What is it? He's like not handicapped, but he is. It's fine, but like if you're gonna be mentally handicapped, why don't you fucking at least say so? Give these people some credit. It's like, oh look, this guy's just above the IQ level of what do you call it now? It's not retarded. It's mentally disabled.
Right.
But so that's like a nice message to give to the handicapped, right, or the mentally disabled. Oh, if you were just a few points above, you could maybe meet Nixon and cause Watergate and have you fucking get Lieutenant Dan's legs cut off in the fucking Vietnam accident. But too bad. Go fucking whatever they make them do. I don't know what they do to these people anymore.
Right.
Sad. Why not just make them Rain Man, but doing stuff?
Sure.
I mean, he had autism, I guess, but whatever.
I think there's some...
these people. If I made a movie about a guy who was handicapped, but he's doing great things, would I be seen as a villain? I want to have them fucking women and if I made a movie about a handicapped guy like as an action hero, I feel like I would somehow be seen as a villain. But that's positive. If he can save the world, why not?
Yeah, that's true.
But they would say it's exploitive, and I'd say, well, that's on you, because I don't laugh when I watch this. And I wouldn't. I mean, you put a guy, why not like a movie about some mentally handicapped guy stopping 9/11? At least one of the planes. And say,
I would watch it.
He's saying, let's roll in the way that he would.
Yeah.
And if it sounds different, that's on you if you're laughing. I'm not making it funny. You make Zero Dark dirty. That's complete fiction. Why can't I make mentally handicapped men or women or gender non-binary mentally handicapped people saving the world in action films?
I don't think you're giving credit to how actually profitable this idea would be for you.
I should keep my mouth shut and just do it.
You're acting like people wouldn't make this. Right? Wouldn't immediately make it.
I feel like, but why aren't they that? Why is, I'm all for... Let's have a picnic and everyone's equal and everyone gets a seat at the table. Everyone gets to eat some of the chicken. right? At the picnic, at the fucking equality picnic. Okay, but let's make them good. Why are we making them good? Why are we making cool shit that like people who haven't been represented before get to represent? But mentally handicapped people you can't put them in porn. I get that. I'm not asking to.
To be fair, I think there are maybe other ways to give representation to the mentally handicapped that isn't like an outlandish situation. You know, it's like you could show them hanging out.
No, I'm not gonna make a movie where they're doing things they wouldn't. They're not gonna be planning. It's not gonna be The Rock where they're like, you know, we have to figure out how to get into Alcatraz through the fucking furnaces. It's not gonna be Sean Connery's not gonna be replaced by a mentally handicapped. No, he was an SAS officer from the '60s and like MI5 or whatever the fuck, and he escaped from the goddamn place. No, that's a little too complicated. I'm not gonna make it. I'm just saying a guy who like fights, who gets sick of taking shit, and he fights back. You know, they try to put him in a hostage situation, and he just starts fucking punching people, and now he's got a gun, right? You better watch the fuck out now. What, he can't shoot? Half these cops are shooting kids. What's the difference? If he shoots a couple straight people, yes, so the cops. What's the difference? Why is my guy the villain? Why is he the villain? He's just a guy. He's not even trained. I mean, yeah, he shot a kid, but it was a mistake. At least it wasn't because he was black. Right? It was just, he has an excuse, but he also shot the terrorist. So we give him a fucking little bit of leeway, all right? We start, you know?
Look, the issue here is not that a mentally handicapped person is the hero of your story.
Right.
The issue, as it is always, is that using guns are a panacea for every single problem.
You can't stop a bad guy with a gun without a mentally handicapped good guy with a gun. All right? It's just impossible. What are you going to do? He's going to bring out a fucking parachute? Or fucking, you know, or a parasol? You want to give my mentally handicapped friend a parasol? If you look at the umbrellas that the people in the South, those racists in the South would fucking wear and carry around while they fucking perpetuated slavery, and you want that to be his weapon? No, he gets a gun. All right.
Maybe we have an arc where he starts out with a parasol, indicating that he's a Southern
Don't
racist.
make a clown out of him.
And then he grows to realize that that's wrong.
He can start with a knife.
So he gets a gun.
Knife, man. No, that'd be stupid. No, this is why no one does it. It seems so intuitive to me, but all you people who are so much like more woke or whatever, which I'm not like anti, but you got to like, oh, we seem more woke. Yeah, but you're giving them parasols. You fucking they're not that, like, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't see a guy with a gun and think maybe I'll get a lady's umbrella and attack him with that. No, he'd grab a knife at least. I give him more credit than that. He's not grabbing a parasol to fight a terrorist. He may not fucking be Goodwill Hunting. But he's got value. He's a man or a woman or non-binary.
Don't you think it's going to be a little bit flat if he's just automatically virtuous and he has a gun? Don't you think that maybe you should start out somewhere where he has to grow?
Who's saying he's automatically virtuous? So he's a guy. You know, he's not like John McClane. You know, his wife didn't leave him because he was the best man in the world. You know, he wasn't great. Look at Heat, Pacino in Heat. You know, he's not good at marriage. He's got faults. This guy's got faults. Just because he's been like, I mean, he's a fucking, you know, everything's great. Maybe he's fucking doesn't get along with his brother or his mother or his fucking teachers, and maybe he shot him. I don't know. Whatever. We don't have to mince words. We can give him the hero cycle. We can give him the Joseph Campbell treatment. Doesn't matter. But we're not giving him a parasol. Out of the question. Was there anything else about Prince Philip?
We can never stay on a subject.
Well, that's
you
that's the charm of the show.
I mean, it is really. It's what I love about the show.
Why don't you go listen to?
It's just amazing how it organically happens every single time.
Why don't you go listen to some other podcasts with some fucking? They stay on topic talking about, you know, how they dose women. What do we do? I'm sorry I don't stay on topic being like, hey, remember when we fucking fucked that drunk chick?
And then cry for 2 hours over the downfall of their rapist friend.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, I don't pronounce Pakistan correctly.
There's another bit.
You know who I'm talking about. Fuck him. Never met him. Why would I?
There's another big thing.
Is it Paki? Afghanistan? Is that how you pronounce it? He'd always say it that way. I feel like I know a lot about Pakistan and Afghanistan, or enough for a person of my, influence in the world. Sure. I'm not an expert, but I don't say it in some weird, pretentious way.
No.
Does that make me the villain? That plus my movie that I want to make? Moving on.
There is a big thing happening right now.
Yes.
We've been talking about it all day.
Yes. Hollywood is a lit.
With controversy.
This time, not particularly sexual.
No.
Or sexual at all. This is a man, sorry to give it away, but a man who seemed to have dodged the Me Too movement in Hollywood unscathed. For some reason, when I read the article, it didn't point this out, but, it was pointed out in the headline. You read one where it says, famous gay producer?
The exact headline is, gay entertainment mogul Scott Rudin is monster.
I don't know why that matters.
Colleagues allege.
I don't know what that even is for. Like, whose headline was that?
This is the Advocate.
Okay. Well, okay. So they're just tying it into why isn't that a gay magazine?
Oh, is it?
I think so, right?
Oh, okay. That would make more sense.
We're a gay newspaper.
Why is this?
They get the pass. I'm about to go on a rant about it. You can be a monster, but it doesn't matter. Gay people can be monsters. It's fine, but you don't have to bring up the fact they're gay.
Right.
You wouldn't say gay. They say gay serial killers. That's not really unless you Carl Panzer him, it's not really descriptive.
Right.
And even Carl Panzer, I think he was. We've talked about Carl Panzer.
You're kind of burying the lead.
Scott Rudin.
Right. Yeah.
Mr. Scott Rudin, famous producer. I don't know if people know Scott Rudin by name. I've noticed his name for years. I didn't know he looked like that. Not that it matters. You can look him up, whatever. He's a little more. I always pictured kind of a guy, because this is a guy who, did No Country for Old Men. Did every movie you can think of. Famous. He's like, you would think he's one of 3 producers in Hollywood. Maybe he is. Because I would see his name in every Wes Anderson movie. And every fucking, he might have worked with, did he work with Quentin Tarantino at all?
I didn't see any Quentin Tarantino movies. He's behind Lady Bird.
Behind No Country for Old Men. He did he produced the Aaron Sorkin Broadway remake of To Kill a Mockingbird, which Lucie got me tickets to for my birthday a couple of years ago. Fantastic gift. Thank you, Lucie.
Of course.
I didn't know that you got me tickets to a monster's ball, if we will. Yeah, but this is a guy. So I read the article. One of the first anecdotes is that on Halloween. What did I just do? Halloween. On Halloween. On Halloween a couple years ago. Jesus. That's gonna throw me off all the episode.
Do you think maybe the Pakistan thing got subconsciously planted in your brain?
Maybe fucking Brian Callen's coming at me from the grave.
Halloween.
Fucking Brian Callen. Fuck him. Yeah, I said it. We're going to start a radio war? Let's do Jocktober against Brian Callen. Whatever. Halloween. Is that right?
Yes.
A couple years ago. I guess the assistant or one of the assistants in his office, I believe in New York City, must have done something. I don't know, victim blame, but probably did something wrong, technically.
Yeah.
And he smashed an Apple monitor on his hand. They specified an Apple monitor. Those things are kind of heavier than regular monitors. Like we have a monitor here with the logo. That's lighter than I used to have an Apple monitor at one point, and they were pretty heavy. I don't know if they still are, but they seem like they're denser. So break your hand, maybe. He had to go to the hospital, this kid. So that's one thing.
I imagine it would hurt your hand, yeah.
Yeah, that one might, but this guy knew which monitor to pick is my point.
Right.
Not an amateur.
No.
You don't produce No Country for Old Men if you don't know how to break an assistant's hand. So we did that. What's some of the other anecdotes? He sent an HR representative, not on purpose, I guess, but they had to go home in the hospital or go to the hospital in an ambulance because he threw a glass bowl at the wall in the conference room. Honestly, he's a monster, right? He's a bad guy. They say. But then listen to this. All right, I don't know. Not everything is good, but so this assistant comes up, and A24, by the way, just to clue you in, they're an indie, a big indie studio production company. They made Uncut Gems and all those safety movies, and they're big. They're hot. So he tells them, hey, he goes to the fucking break room, I guess. He goes, hey, the people from A24 are in the elevator coming up. I don't know what they're here for. And he goes, no one told me that A24 was on my schedule. And he throws a potato at this guy's head and says, go find out what they're here for and get me a new potato.
Here's the thing. I imagine that potato was like a baked potato or something.
Sure. I don't think it was just like a raw potato. I mean, this guy might have just chewed raw potatoes.
That he keeps a purse full of raw potatoes.
And just chomps on them like apples.
For discipline.
Oh.
Specifically for discipline.
I think it's even better if he's like chomping on a potato and then throws it at you. You want me to bake that for you? Shut the fuck up.
Soft potato pieces go flying everywhere.
Yeah. That's only if it's a baked potato.
What?
That's only if it's a baked potato.
Yeah. Well, what other kind of potato would he have?
An unbaked potato.
An unbaked potato. Yeah.
There's no soft. That's not soft.
In your mind, he's chomping on a raw potato.
Yes. That's what makes it noble.
Yeah, that's great.
He's a great man. in that context, not everything. I
feel like, unfortunately, like people who fly into rage fits.
Yeah.
And I'm sure this guy is a monster, right? But people who fly into rage fits, I feel like they're more relatable on some level than like sexual predators or something. Yeah. Because everybody has rage inside of them.
Sure, but you punch a wall.
Right.
You don't fucking. I mean, like, I don't know. That's why I'm never gonna be like a Hollywood producer, because I'm not like trying to be the toughest guy ever. But this guy, I mean, look, if Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing this with his fucking 12 chicken breasts a day pecs coming at me, throwing potatoes at me, I might be like, I'm just gonna quit. Yeah. I don't know. But this guy, I mean, how tall? Did they show his height?
They don't have his height here. I
don't know. He's like a fucking old man. He's like 70. If he's throwing a potato at me, I'm like, well, you're even just yelling at me. I'm like, I just start laughing at him.
That's true. Why do all these guys just have the exact same look?
Because look, the guys who look like Don Draper don't need to get mad. Women fuck them, and or men in this case, he's a gay man. So hot men fuck him for no reason.
Right.
Just because he's hot, but he's not hot. And he's got rage, and the testosterone makes you bald. That's true.
Yeah.
Or it can. And he's got beady glasses because he's fucking, he's got, I don't know, just get contacts. Why are you wearing glasses? Fucking, because he's just a rage boy. He looks like Harvey Weinstein, but not like a little bit better groomed.
Right. It is great to imagine him employing these horrible abusive tactics while they're working on Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Exactly. fucking World Tenenbaums, like, you get me that goddamn vintage Max Botch car and then the fucking copy of a fucking stupid storybook, or I'll cut your tits off and staple them to your dick.
You better get me the fucking quirkiest prom dress for this ladybird, or I'm gonna fucking rape you till you're dead. You piece of shit. This is Julia and Julia.
Do you know how fucking... that's the wrong goddamn flight knife. I'm gonna kill your mother. I'm gonna fuck her so hard. These fucking... Vamp for me while I fix my headphones.
Because it's just strange, because he is behind all of these sort of 21st century gentler movie type things. Lady Bird, Julie and Julia, right. Clueless.
Clueless.
Famous adaptation.
Get her that goddamn Gucci dress.
She's not just a dumb horse. She's precocious. We gotta communicate that. You're gonna get a fucking potato in the face if you don't appreciate the layers of this movie.
I'm gonna cut off my own dick if you don't souse her hair. Is that a thing? Sousing hair?
Sousing?
Vidal Sassoon? I don't know.
Maybe. You might know better than me.
Why?
I don't know. If you're well groomed, generally.
I'm not. I look like this guy. Look, he let himself go. He did Social Network.
Oh, that's right. He did do the social network.
What's that one on the bottom right there? Is that Me, You, and Dupree?
What, Greenberg?
Oh, yeah, Greenberg. That movie sucks.
Yeah.
Fucking hate Greenberg. It's kind of movie Kids in Brooklyn. I'm so sick of the fucking... Who did that? Fucking Noah Baumbach?
I think that one was
Did he do Squid and the Whale?
Yes, he did.
He did Squid.
Did this producer do it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
That kid's cum in the library isn't viscosity enough. I need more viscous cum in the library. There's a scene in that movie, Squid and the Whale, where the kid, he's going through a divorce. I guess that's an excuse. Are we letting that? Is that like a acceptable excuse to fucking, oh, my parents are getting divorced, so I'm just gonna cum in my hands and then like jerk off in the library and come and drag my cum on a fucking library book. It seemed like they absolved him for like that.
Yeah, well, I think it's like it's made by this guy, right? It's like when you make movie like upper middle class metropolitan people make movies about upper middle class metropolitan people. So it's like, it's like unfortunately, like it's all kind of. Are you
saying the upper class are just coming all over my library books? Every time I fucking take out a copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, it's just got a fucking Vanderbilt's cum all over it. I don't actually read Harry Potter, by the way. I read the first couple. I was trying to fuck a woman once, and she liked Harry Potter, but not Lucy. But I don't vouch for Harry Potter.
No, me neither.
Grow up. Read a fucking, read Nietzsche or something.
I thought you were gonna say Proust again.
I was. For some reason, I blanked on Proust. I said Nietzsche. It's Nietzsche.
Nietzsche.
What else did this guy produce? Darjeeling Limited. He did every goddamn Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah, he did.
So what's going to happen? Are they gonna not work with him anymore? What? These people seem like rats. I mean, look, no one should. I don't know. Look, rape's not cool, right?
No,
it's not cool.
As we've taken that position many times.
I'm pretty consistent in my don't rape ever.
Yeah.
Campaign.
Sure.
My campaign that I have.
Yeah.
The don't rape. If I was ever on Celebrity Jeopardy, it's like, who were you here for? Like, stopping rape.
A noble but clearly ineffective campaign.
Don't rape ever. And the guys in charity. I mean, it's just my thing. I mean, I'll take the money and we'll figure it out. Just give me the money. I'll give it to women. Just give me the money, Alex. We're not Alex anymore. Stupid Aaron Rodgers. This dumb quarterback's gonna question me about my rape survivors charity. Why don't you go win another Super Bowl? Oh, I don't like to take things too seriously. Yeah, you know who does? Tom Brady. Why don't you go fuck yourself, football boy? Give me the money. I'll give it.
So Aaron Rodgers is funding this?
Well, he's hosting the Jeopardy when I'm on it.
Oh, you're gonna win for them.
Yeah, I'm saying like there wouldn't be a formal charity. You're not following my whole rant here.
I see.
You lost the thread here.
I'm sorry.
You gotta pay attention to Kump. Would you? I mean, I don't know. It's like, is this a problem? Because these people are all going on to like successful careers. I mean, maybe that's the guy who got his hand smashed. But a lot of these people have successful careers.
Yeah.
Are these kids just rats? Is my point. Not kids, they're adults.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's
If he starts raping people, then we say maybe not. But you want to throw a potato? I mean, apparently the guy dodged the potato. So how? This guy's not like Randy Jackson from the. Is it Randy Jackson? The pitcher from the the tall pitcher.
What did he do?
It's a pitcher.
But what did he? Oh, you're saying he doesn't have that force,
right?
Yeah,
he's just a fucking feeble, angry guy throwing a potato at me.
He's a dumpy man. He's probably lobbing the potato.
Yeah. Oh, he threw a potato. Just let him throw a potato. Why don't you throw a potato? I'd just throw a potato back. That's what I would do.
Sure.
I once had a friend who was I don't know what you call it. He was in a wheelchair and he couldn't move any limbs. It was like a motorized wheelchair. We were in a chess club together, and he got mad because I beat him in chess, and I threw a piece of me like fuck you. Well, I didn't mean to say it like that. Whatever. But it's how it sounded. Whatever. And like I just threw it back at him because that's what you do. You treat people like they're people, right?
Right. You establish expectations.
I didn't hit him. I just threw it. I didn't say anything to him. I'm just the story doesn't need to be here. I'm saying you throw the potato back at the guy.
Look, I think maybe the person who got the Mac computer on the hand maybe has a legitimate complaint.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's like, I get a hostile work environment. I mean, it's like, it's hard for me. I'm just being vulnerable here. It's hard for me to go along with because, like, I know there are worse things that can happen in a person's life than like, having, I've had bosses who were volatile or whatever.
Right.
And it's like, I just know there's worse things in life.
Yeah.
But like,
tell him to go fuck himself.
But also, I don't know, maybe people should expect to not get potatoes thrown at them. I don't know.
How are you going to win the Iraq war if you can't take a potato to the head? How are you gonna fucking torture a guy at Abu Ghraib if you can't even dodge a potato? This country's going to the shitter.
Well, that's the thing. I think the best argument against that kind of shit is that it's like you're not fighting a war. You're making Lady Bird.
Yeah.
So maybe relax.
I don't know.
It was fine. It wasn't a perfect film.
Well, yeah, because maybe he fucking maybe he should have hit Charlemagne with a potato because acted better. That's the problem. Maybe start hitting the actors. Wes Anderson, he's on top of shit. He don't need fucking potato heads.
Sure.
But fucking Charlemagne. You see Charlemagne in the middle of a fucking Wes Anderson movie? Not yet. If he does, I'll be mad.
Well, Chalamet's going to be in the French Dispatch.
Oh, God. Who likes this guy? Who is he for? He's not good.
Not really, right?
No. He was terrible in the fucking movie we watched. I mean, the whole movie was bad. The one that was done by the woman who I accidentally body checked while I was getting wine and cheese. Who is that woman?
Greta Gerwig.
Greta Gerwig.
I love that. That's how you know her.
Well, we went to a screening of it was Lady Bird, right?
Yeah, it was.
We went to a screening. I thought Lady Bird was fine. I didn't hate it. I liked how she jumps out of the car in the first few minutes.
Yeah.
Like, this is dynamic. It could be better. It could have more jumping out of cars. I thought it was gonna be a movie about like those movies where like we curve the bullet when we shoot. Oh well, we jump out of cars. So and this is the Maze Runner, and but our thing is the jumping out of cars.
Sure. And
then we run. You keep the car's momentum, so you're just running like as fast as a car for a few minutes, and then you punch a car because it's kinetic energy. None of that was in Lady Bird. Would have been fun.
It was a bait and switch.
Bait and switch. But that being said, so we went and she was talking, and there was a wine and cheese thing afterwards, and we got drunk. He just kept drinking wine, and I went to get some more wine and more cheese, and I think I accidentally knocked her into a wall, and I said I was sorry, and she didn't, she didn't like it. I said I was sorry, or maybe, I don't know. I didn't do it on purpose.
Did you catch her glaring at you after it?
No, she was nice.
Yeah.
But she wasn't like, that's okay. She was just kind of like shocked, and then I think I said something like, I'm sorry, I just wanted cheese. And she wasn't sweet about it.
Right.
She could have been, but she wasn't. So does that make her does that make her a big phony? Maybe.
So she was coolly tolerant of the fact that you body checked her.
Right, but you're a public facing individual. I'd take that as a sign of aggression.
Which means, what reaction to you body checking her do you think would have been appropriate?
Oh, don't worry about it. It's totally fine. Hope you enjoyed the movie. Hope eat as much wine and cheese as you like. You want a picture? And I would be like, no, it's cool. That's fine. I'm not that big a fan.
That's you realize you're describing a fucked up, traumatized woman's reaction to unwanted physical contact.
No.
Only a rat in a cage mentally would be like, oh, don't worry about it.
Maybe you're picturing.
Thank you for body checking.
Maybe you're picturing that I did a fucking Wayne Gretzky into the wall, or me with that priest when I checked him into the wall at school that time. Which I've told that story before, when I body checked that priest, even though I claimed they didn't. And they tried to expel me. But
this was not the priest situation, right?
No.
You really didn't mean to do this.
No, at all. And it wasn't when you had that much power. If I put her on the floor, if I put her on her ass, then I wouldn't expect her to be I would be effusive and oh, I'm so sorry, Miss Gerwig. Just because this movie could have had more, car running doesn't mean that you deserve to get knocked on the floor.
Right.
So let me pick you up.
You don't think there was a little part of you, even subconsciously, because I'm a fan of Greta Gerwig.
What are you? What are you implying? What are you even trying to get at?
You don't think even a little part of you was like, I don't think
Are you insane?
I was giving too much mental energy to Greta Gerwig.
Are you insane? You're fucking.
You had to establish.
You're implying that I go around trying to target Greta Gerwig That's the kind of man you think I am. I would somehow feel good about like, oh, I put her on her ass. Like, who cares? I mean, I don't care if it's Kerry Russell and the Americans. I could probably still knock her down too. I wouldn't. That's why I'm not impressed by serial killers either. Like, oh, I killed a young woman or I killed a child. It's like, yeah, that's easy. Why don't you go fucking, go be a Navy SEAL and kill goat farmers or whatever, or Bin Laden lookalikes.
At least men.
Yeah, or just tough people, or Gwendolyn Pierce, or whatever her name is.
Sure.
Gwendolyn Christie. The Game of Thrones lady. Like, look, that's a woman. Like, she.
What if there was a serial killer?
Yeah.
This might be a little.
I wasn't saying kill these people. I was saying, like, you're not fighting. You're picking soft targets. Is my point. And we should be making documentaries about these people.
Absolutely.
And gushing over the fact this guy buried people in a planter. Who gives a shit? Yeah. It's not really that hard if you have no compassion. It's not that hard to bury a body. Like, how many murders go unsolved in America every year?
Yeah.
Like, much more than half, I think. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, it's not that big. The cops aren't on top of every murder. So the fact you got away with killing a drifting prostitute is not fucking Medal of Honor material. You don't get. Why isn't Prince Philip giving those guys shit?
And I think that's a noble position
Thank you.
to have, and it's a clear-eyed position to have that a lot of our culture doesn't have.
Right.
But I still want to know what you think about this. What if there was a serial killer who, like, exclusively they killed women?
Yeah.
But they exclusively killed very, like, strong, big women.
I mean, look.
It would still be wrong, obviously.
Look, you're not gonna trap me in some weird box where I'm saying that's a good thing. No. Oh, look at him going after the WNBA players, for instance.
But would he be scary to you?
I mean, look, I'm not scared of any of them. I know he wouldn't be because he's killing women. I'm not a woman.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be scared. So I'm not scared of anyone. I'm scared of like Navy SEALs maybe. But like, look, I'm not saying Zero Dark 30 happened, but I think they can kill people pretty well. Like every time I criticize the special, like I used to be a nerd for this stuff. I used to like to watch the Israeli special forces and be like, oh, I wonder who would win in a fight. Israeli, the IDF, what do they call it? The Shin Bet or fucking Navy SEALs or Delta Force. Wee! And then I realized, oh, these are like forces that like, preserve, just like dirty capitalism. And I'm a capitalist at heart, but like I'm not corporate oligopoly, whatever. We don't fight wars for, Dole banana fruit, whatever the fuck it's called, United Fruit. That being said, they're still good at killing people. What's my point? What is my point?
But you don't find them scary either. No,
I mean, I would, if I pissed them off, I'd be like, hey, I wasn't talking about you. I try to save face, but like they could easily kill him. And if it seemed like I'd gone over a line, because look, you hear these things back in the day. These guys, we picked these guys because they're not just tough and aggressive. They're also like they have self control, and they're like warrior poets. But I think if you piss them off, they might kill you. I'm not gonna gamble. So if I'm in a bar and I'm just sitting there going, Navy SEALs are killers, and they're like, I'm a Navy SEAL. I'll be honest with you. I'm like, how you doing? What are you drinking? What are you drinking, buddy? No, I was talking. You're right. I was trying to save face. Yeah, no, I was talking a lot of shit. You're right. I was talking a lot of shit. I got a little far. I might have gone a little far. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I thought it was implied that I'm sorry. That's what the drink was. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I don't want to fight you. No. I mean, you can give me a gun? No, I'm just saying, if I have a gun, you have a gun, whatever. I mean, you shoot better, but whatever. It's a gun, right? All right, relax. You try to save face at least. You don't just start, what do you mean? So, oh, I'm so sorry.
You know what? That actually made me, I feel like you just clarified for me the concept of a duel. Because it's like, I think now they make sense to me. Right. Because if you insult a guy like twice your size, right, and they just want to kick the shit out of you, you might be able to stall a little bit by being like, look, let's have a duel. Let's schedule a duel.
Right.
Like,
Hey, you're going to misfire. I got a chance.
We both got guns. It's,
anything can happen in a duel. And then you run. You run away.
Skip town.
Yeah. This is about, what are we talking about? A serial killer now? So no, if his man was targeting, WNBA players or female Israeli special forces or anyone tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm just saying they're not, and they wouldn't. They wouldn't. That's the thing. Like, what do you call a serial killer who does that? And it's like, I don't know. Carl Panzram.
Right.
And so like if an army of Carl Panzram started populating the world, fighting stevedores and Gwendolyn Christie, it's an escalation.
We'd be in trouble.
It'd be a scary. They might be worthy of a documentary, I guess, but not these fucks.
Right.
I don't want you trying to get me canceled.
No, I was just wondering if they'd be scary.
I'm trying to empower women.
Because they'd be scary to me,
Yeah. Well, sure, if they're killing like tough women.
I just know that you're not.
I'm also not trying to call women who get killed by serial killers like inherently untough.
Right.
I'm not trying. I'm just saying there's a pattern of who these people are picking. So I don't know why we're putting them on Discovery Channel every 5 seconds.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, some guys drowning dogs. Do we fucking make a sitcom about them? Unless he's Michael Vick, then no.
I definitely think the proliferation of this shit has gone too far, and I like true crime.
Yeah.
I like it because I feel like there's nothing that you can really learn from it.
Right.
But there's stuff that I can learn from it, like as self-defense measures. It's like, you always lock your door. You don't, if a guy shows you a badge, you don't just go with him.
Sure.
Because they could steal the badge. That's what Ted Bundy did.
Right.
But or made a fake badge. I don't know.
People say he wasn't that attractive.
I didn't think he was that attractive.
Yeah, it's a whole counter movement. Stop saying he's hot.
Yeah, no. It's
I don't know.
I don't know why women do this. I feel like it's to some extent encouraged in the culture.
Because it's fetishized. There's a part of women who like the idea of it, even though they don't want it to happen. No, I'm just saying, there's a certain population. It's like the reason they watch horror movies.
Sure.
It's titillating on some level.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, be titillated by titillating things.
Yeah, but it's also
like action movie starring mentally disabled people.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? You're right. We probably do need that.
Yeah.
More than
wholesome, aggressive fun. So what's going to happen? Is Scott Rudin going to be banished from Hollywood?
It doesn't seem like it. Actually seems like he might be shaking it off. Like he might not get in trouble for it.
Right.
But then again, I don't know. There's no movement against general bullying of adults.
I feel like people you get into what you get into for. What is this going to be like? Are we going to nerf? Are we going to, as the Reddit crowd would say, are we going to nerf Hollywood? Now, some people say that when it's like, hey, stop raping people. What are we going to nerf Hollywood? Casting couch is an institution. I'm just saying, if a guy wants to throw a potato once in a while, but he's making Lady Bird. I mean, I don't love Lady Bird, but Lady Bird. Did he also make the fucking Little Women?
The Little Women.
Because that wasn't that good.
I don't think he made that one.
Yeah. See what happens when he doesn't throw potatoes? You get Little Women. Can we get Greta Gerwig on the show?
To squash the beef?
Yeah. or maybe we'll see how it goes. If we get squashed or not.
See if we can get her to apologize to you for you body checking her.
I mean, it comes to an understanding that just have her acknowledge on the air that I was fine. I did nothing wrong. Just give me her endorsement. Can we browbeat her into endorsing me on the air? Worth a shot. What's the worst that could happen?
It's true. I mean, it could completely backfire on us. She's a huge actress.
That's the worst that could happen. And somehow I'm seen as a villain when I accidentally did this.
I mean, to be fair, all they can do is blacklist us from an industry that we're...
I feel like we've already been. I don't know why. I don't know what we did, but it doesn't seem like we're not blacklisted.
I feel like we should be blacklisted.
Why? Because I body checked a woman by mistake at a Hawaiian cheese function?
I don't know. I don't expect anyone to understand us.
They understand us.
Yeah, the people who listen to the show understand
We're
us.
understood by many people. A plurality of people.
I just mean like the really sophisticated Scott Rudins of the world.
Well, Scott Rudin, he wouldn't get on board with me because he'd look at me and go, "Oh, he doesn't need me. He's guy can throw a potato on his own."
Sure.
He's
the guy who's
Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
I love the guy. I'm a big fan. You wouldn't necessarily think of it. I get the criticisms of him, and I think they're a little off. I think, on the surface, he seems like, oh, he's just doing the same thing. It's all these kind of stupid storybooky thing, but he's subverting that, which is weird. And because he does that, he's able to do this weird, darker thing. And I think it works a lot. I haven't seen one yet that I think works. Right. Darjeeling Limited is probably my least favorite, but even that's interesting, right? That being said, I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
that being said, the guy doesn't seem like he has the personal ability, the metal, the inner character to throw a potato at someone's head. I could be totally wrong. For all I know, that Wes Anderson's out there, pulling knives on Bill Murray and Jason Schwartzman, and what's her name? From Doctor Strange, and Michael Clayton.
Kate Blanchett.
No, Michael Clayton. What's
That's not Kate Blanchett?
No, the one that was sweating in the bathroom.
Oh, Tilda Swinton?
Tilda Swinton. Get a knife, getting Wes Anderson throwing a knife at her. Not saying that he doesn't do that. I'm just saying, but he doesn't need that. Well, he does need that. He doesn't I don't need that. So that's why Scott Rudin won't work with me. He won't make my movies about the mentally handicapped guy fighting back. It's just called fight. It is called Fighting Back. Or maybe, and like the subtitle or whatever. Is that what we call it? Subtitle or the colon. This should have happened a long time ago. Or you deserved this. And it's just him fighting the president.
Sure.
I mean, look.
Is the president particularly evil in this movie?
No, here's the thing. You watch Die Hard 1, it's great, right? You love Die Hard 1. Die Hard 4, famously people criticize it because he's fucking launching, motorcycles into helicopters. It's stupid, right? And 5, he's like in Russia fighting the Russian army. What is this? So I'm going to make the really good movie with the mentally handicapped. But I'm saying by the time they get done with this franchise, I'm not a known quantity in Hollywood. They're not going to give me like final cut and like ability and like the ability to green light the fucking. If I get a deal, I get a deal. I'm gonna take a nice payday. I'm not going to be like, well, no, if you, I need to have veto power over the sequels, or you can go fuck yourself. No, I'm taking the money. And I'm telling you, so the third or fourth movie, yeah, he might be fighting the Secret Service, killing the president. I mean, I'm sure the president will be seen as a bad guy.
Simply because he's being fought against.
Yeah, I mean, by context, he must have done something. The president must have done something to deserve this. People, look, you start fighting the president, declare present danger. That president did something, and it seemed bad. He authorized attacks against drug dealers. And they didn't do it right. I don't know. I'm just saying, Jack Ryan was mad at him, so you assume he did the evil thing. Oh, he's a bad guy. So in this case, my mentally handicapped hero will be trying to kill the president, and we're just going to assume he must have fucking passed the wrong law. That's what he gets. Secret Service is going to come after me. Don't come after me. I'm not the one doing it. I just took a payday. Go to Scott Rudin, who took it over. Scott Rudin's producing the sequels. Fucking,
You don't worry about losing control over the vision of the movie, that it will become...
I prefer it, but what am I going to do? Turn away, a nice couple million or two? Or whatever it's going to be? I mean, look, if it's going to be like, here's 10 grand, I'm still taking it. I mean, give me some money. What do you think? I'm going to produce this on my own? Do you realize how bad it's going to look if I produce it on my own with my own money? It needs a certain level of class here, or else people are going to call this like exploitive mess. I mean, I'm just saying, you need a certain budget with a makeup crew. This kid can't be sweaty all the time. He's got to look his best. He's got to look sharp. I'm just saying, if I do this on my own with my own money, it's not going to come across well. I know that. I need the Hollywood machine to make this, a nice package.
Do you think it's given the content?
Yeah.
Do you think, assuming it's made?
Yeah.
You think Oscar material?
It's a funny question. I mean, look, there are a lot of movies that deserve Oscars and don't get them. Will it give it to the...
My prediction would be actor Oscar. Movie doesn't get it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm not expecting, it's a movie about him shooting up strip club owners. So, it's like, it's a grindy movie. I'm just thinking, do we need to go, do we need to kind of worry about the demographics of this actor? Do we need to make sure, I'm just saying, do we need to we have to make sure it's an inclusive movie is my point. We have to include a lot, but the villain's got to be everyone. The villain's got to be, Scott Rudin type. The guy who looks like Scott Rudin.
Right.
The hero's got to be, I don't know. He is non-binary, but I don't want to plaster that as I'm being exploitive. I
mean, how do you think Scott Rudin will feel about a clear analog for himself?
Well, he's not producing that. He's going to produce a sequel. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I mean, Scott Rudin's not going to pick this up. He's only going to pick it up because he got an Oscar. Because our non-binary, mentally disabled protagonist won the Oscar. Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
He don't fucking need to have a gender declared. All right?
No.
Doesn't matter. He's fighting back against strip club owners and banks. He's going to fight the banks. There's this guy, we don't ask him what my gender is, you fucking... They, them, you motherfucker, and he shoots them. For that.
I think that would be great. I think it would make a lot of people feel seen.
You're not going to die at the hands of a man, and you're not going to die at the hands of a woman either. And he shoots him. That's not. They need something more though.
You're going to die at the hands of a person.
That's lame. We need something.
You're gonna...
suck my gun dick, Zer. Right? Zer is a thing.
Yeah.
Suck my gun. It's suck my gun.
But how does the person? How does our protagonist know that the banker identifies as Zer?
That's a good point. He's projecting his own non-binary status onto the. Is that offensive now? Are we really gonna worry about the gender binary guy? Like, isn't that part of the fun of all this, that we get to fucking stick it to the binaries?
That's true.
Fuck the binary guy. He's getting in the mouth. I'm just saying, why not have fun? Give these people a platform to be cool, tough and badass.
Yeah, totally.
I'm the fucking guy you need, and you keep pushing me away. You keep me at arm's distance. You put me on a Hollywood blacklist for no reason. You need me. You got Scott Rudin fucking dancing around, throwing potatoes at people's faces, making Ladybird. How's that working out for you? All right? When are we going to sit me at the table and get me some fucking money? I can live like a person, and I can fucking make some real... I can turn Hollywood around. Oh, you want woke shit? We'll give you woke shit. But there's going to be guns.
Woke shit? Yeah, I think woke shit with guns is the way.
Violence is important to life. Done properly. You need a hero cycle. But Joseph Campbell, that fucking, whatever he was, white man, didn't get it. He didn't understand. Just saying, and people are going to say, no, you need to go in a room and listen to people. I'm like, all right, but then when I'll listen, but then we're going to bring up my movie. I'll listen first, but pitch second. How about that?
The way you express your allyship is mainly by pitching movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my skill set.
That involves a lot of guns.
Well, look, people don't.
Or one gun, usually.
Look, you want a superhero? You want an Avengers type movie? We can do less guns. We can give this guy, this handicapped kid a robot suit.
Right.
And you can go around at the end of the day, it's a fucking, laser cannon Tony Stark thing, or it's a gun. Does that make a difference when you're getting shot in the dick? At least it wasn't a gun that made me infertile. And now I'm dead. At least it wasn't a gun. Difference. So mail letters to your congressman or women, non-binary congressperson, whatever. I want some of this infrastructure money that Joe Biden is stealing from the rich to do. It's fine. I'm kidding. Whatever. Taxing the rich, fine. 80% taxes. Okay. It's not affecting me. What are you, a fucking scumbag? What, you worried you might get rich one day? It just seems a little weird to tax 80%, but whatever. I'm sorry I'm not a communist. I thought it was good enough. Never enough. It's never enough, right? You're just a fucking scumbag who doesn't believe in taxing fucking small business owners to death. You fucking
You may have stumbled on something useful here. I mean, it might actually be better branding to call it stealing from the rich. That sounds cool.
Sure. Look, again, the commonality of all my life, I try to add levity in situations, and I end up just being the best thing for whatever group happens to be watching. I could save anything except my own life. So this is fun.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
Oh, you can follow me on Twitter at LUCIE_Rohan. And where can they find you?
A dumpster. Think of my own life. At Ray Kump. Sign up for the Patreon if you want an extra episode every week. $5 gets you that. We also have the Kump Dump tier. You get an extra video episode every month. Go to Patreon. Go to my link in the description or my Twitter. That's an option. Enjoy your week. Have a great day.